The pie charts are clear. Pizza is hot. Welcome back to another Techstination interview. And what we're talking about is some of the latest digital data from Zenreach. With us is VP of Marketing, Megan Wintersteen. Thanks for joining us, Megan.
Thanks so much for having me, Fred.
Well, tell us what you're doing with pizza data.
Yeah, so what our technology allows us to do is measure customer foot traffic to physical brick and mortar locations. And when we were kind of parsing through the data and looking at how foot traffic has been, starting to return to normal over the course of this year, we're actually seeing that visits to pizza establishments are up 49% since January of this year.
And some cities are even much higher than that, right?
That's exactly right. We're actually seeing probably the most explosive growth in Los Angeles. They're hovering at about 137% increase. Second place would be New York City area. So they're up about 95%, and Chicago's up about 81%.
And we're not taking into account deliveries, because I know deliveries have been really big especially since the pandemic started.
Yeah, actually what's really been interesting with deliveries is, we all know that the restaurant industry took a huge hit over the course of 2020. And in fact, I think the numbers were something like they came in $240 billion below pre-pandemic sales estimates. But the pizza category, pizza restaurants actually only saw a very slight change. So they're in 2019, their total sales were around $46.34 billion. In 2020, they were $46.24 billion. So pizza as a category in itself was actually much less affected by the pandemic. And we think that's largely because their business models were already being supported to such a large extent with takeout and delivery.
But I guess it's still pretty clear that some people who worked in restaurants, pizza restaurants, who may have been servers or whatever, when they had to be closed, those people obviously were the ones who suffered pretty heavily during this.
Definitely, yeah. Those were just sales numbers. So really the point there is that they were able to continue their business really reliant on that delivery side of things. And what we're seeing now is kind of a return to the physical locations, and that's where these numbers are coming from.
Now, have you looked at other kinds of restaurants? Are pizza restaurants unique here in the way they've rebounded?
We are looking at other kinds of restaurants right now. We expect to have that data coming out later this week. But from a preliminary standpoint, I think what's been really interesting about pizza specifically is that, as pizza establishments at scale were able to stay open more often than other restaurant types during the pandemic, now that restrictions are lifting and a lot of these restaurants hopefully are coming back online, consumers are going to have more choices than what they had before. So what we're talking about right now from a pizza standpoint is really the increased competition that the category is going to be facing over this year.
So the foot traffic is up, but more competition is coming as we move along here.
Yeah, as consumers have more options because more restaurants are reopening, restrictions are being lifted. It's going to be really interesting to see if pizza is going to be able to maintain the same level of, sales and traffic that they have over the course of 2020.
How are you able to measure this traffic, the foot traffic?
Yeah, so Zenreach is actually a marketing platform that pairs with the Wi-Fi in physical locations in any type of brick and mortar store and allows the merchants to collect customer data for email marketing, advertising campaigns, et cetera. And in turn, any location that we're in, we're able to kind of measure foot traffic trends and give them real-time analysis and analytics on what their store traffic looks like. And so when we aggregate that across the thousands of locations that Zenreach is installed in across the country, that's how we're able to look at these trends.
So are these restaurants ones that have places for customers to sign in or sign up for email marketing, those kinds of things?
So if you, yeah, so the way that the way that a customer would engage with this is if they went to sign on to the Wi-Fi in one of our Zenreach enabled locations, they'd simply put in their email address, hit submit, they get access to the Wi-Fi, and then the merchant is able to market to them using their email address and their mobile device ID.
Terrific. So you're able to keep track on an ongoing basis there. And I guess customers benefit from this too?
Absolutely. I mean, really what this is offering is a more personalized experience. They get to stay in touch with businesses that they're interested in, that they're already frequenting. And it's completely, consumers have the complete ability to opt in and opt out. So they're completely in control of how their relationship is maintained with the merchants.
Now, I assume if foot traffic into the restaurants is higher, maybe deliveries slow down some?
Yeah, that's a great question. I wish our data could give us those kind of statistics, because it would be amazing to be able to compare, but we can't say for sure.
All right, we'll put that one back in the oven.
Yeah.
To cook a little bit more. Terrific. So is there a place people can go to for more information?
Yeah, so you can find us at www.zenreach.com.
Terrific. It's Zenreach.com. Megan Wintersteen, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
Now this. It takes a lot of listening to build a better radio, and that's just what the folks at C. Crane have done. Bob Crane and his crew, nestled among the rivers and tallest trees in the world in Fortuna, California, have made a habit of listening to their customers. And that's just what they've done in building the CC Skywave SSB, the Swiss Army knife of portable radios. For everyday listening to AM or FM in the yard or patio or on the nightstand without having to drain a mobile phone battery, it's a great companion. But it is also a companion equipped for NOAA weather information and alerts that can be life-saving. You can listen to FEMA and Coast Guard transmissions too. Beyond all of that, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world. It's compact, easy to take with you, and built to last. The CC Skywave SSB. Click on the link at Techstination.com.